Okay, so today I'm doing my video essay on Girl by Jamesia Kinside. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it correctly, but anyways, Girl was actually a very interesting story to read about, and like how she explains stuff to her daughter, and a lot of it is very like common in today's society. Like I feel like it's still relevant, but there's also things that like I feel like that aren't relevant really as like in today's society. Like I get what she's saying and stuff, but it's different for everybody. And I know she's mainly talking about like lower like class girls, but I still think some of it's kind of a reach even if you are in the lower class. So I ended up like googling like what certain people had to say about it, and a lot of people were like, oh, I think this is like a feminine like story, and how she, because based on like how she tells her daughter all this stuff and like based off of her own experience. But I don't think it really has anything to do with feminism. I think that she says it based it off her own like experiences in life. I don't think it really has anything to do with feminism, because when she explains like on how to do like laundry and to do like household chores like ironing and stuff, like she explains that, and that's not really anything to do with feminism, rather than just like everyday, like things around the house, I guess. And even nowadays a lot of people don't iron, or they use like a steamer, or they just put all their clothes like if you, even if you are like in the lower class, a lot of them can just like throw it all together. Because like I know some people do that, but like me, like I live with a bunch of roommates and we just like throw it all in, and we live in not a nice house. So like, I mean, I feel like I can kind of relate to it. And I know her big thing is like teaching her daughter like not to become like a slut. And it's relevant in today's society because most guys are still, especially when like you're like our age or that girl's age, like in their teenage years, a lot of the guys are very like hormonal and very like, hey, like, and like look at things like they shouldn't look at, what, even if the girl doesn't like means to or not, you know what I mean? And then they say these comments that they shouldn't say, but like the girls kind of tend to just kind of like let it go and push past and everything. But I think the way she tells her daughter stuff is very like relevant, and like my mom tells me the same thing, like how to do my wash, how to sweep, how to do like basically everything. My mom has taught me how to do most of that because that's what she does, around the house and stuff whenever she's not working. But I think when it comes, but I think the part where she says about women and men are more relevant than the household chores, because everybody does things different, especially nowadays. There's so many gadgets and different things out there that like you don't have to do that. Um, but I think that when she says that women and men tend to like bully each other in relationships, now that she says it like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah. Especially, I don't necessarily mean it's like healthy for men and women to do that, but I think it's just kind of like a thing. And like, whether they mean to or not. And like, it doesn't, like I said in my thesis statement, like it doesn't have anything to do with feminism. It's just kind of like a thing, if you know what I mean. Like, she also teaches her daughter like how to behave in certain situations, like even with people she doesn't like. And for me personally, my dad was the one who taught me, because he works in sales and he works with a bunch of people he doesn't like either, but like that's life, and I'm a very like, I wouldn't say I'm like hot-headed, but I'm very like a down-to-earth person, and I'm very like connected with what I believe in. So for me, sometimes when people like have the opposite opposing views, that it's like hard for me to like really like relate to them. And I can see, but I can also see like why people say it is a feminine like story, like based on feminism, because she gives her daughter, it's like she's giving advice specifically to her daughter. So like she's teaching her daughter things based on, like, I don't know, things she hears. But I think because she bases it off of her own experiences and like what she's learned in life, then it's not really feminism. It's just kind of like how it was, you know, like it's just nothing that she hadn't experienced in her own life. So I think basing it off of her personal experiences makes it not a feminine article. And even she doesn't even like, she makes good points that like I've personally never even thought of before, like the bullying that men and women bully each other. Never really thought much of it, and now that she brings it up, it's true, but it doesn't have anything to do with feminism because it's involving both men and women, and she's basing it off of her own personal experience. So like, yeah. So I got my sources, I just kind of like Googled it, and then I watched her YouTube video where she like reads it, like sections of it and stuff. So I got a lot of it off of that, and then I looked at a bunch of articles like online that like kind of explain it better in like a PDF. Like it says like one is an analysis of Jamesia Kined's Girl and the Paramore Institute and like Schmoop and things like that. So